Imagine a game so controversial, so boundary-pushing, so culturally explosive that it caused actual governments to debate whether video games should be banned entirely. Imagine a franchise that turned a tiny Scottish studio into one of the most powerful entertainment companies on the planet. And imagine a sequel so anticipated that its first trailer broke the internet in ways that no movie, no album, and no sporting event ever has. That is Grand Theft Auto. And today, we are going to go through the entire wild, chaotic, brilliant history of this franchise, understand exactly why it became the biggest thing in gaming, and talk about why Grand Theft Auto 6 is on course to be the single biggest entertainment release in human history. Let us start at the very beginning, because the origin story here is genuinely fascinating. It is the mid-1990s, and a small development studio in Dundee, Scotland called DMA Design is working on a top-down racing game. The game is a mess. The physics are broken, cars are crashing into each other constantly, the police AI is going haywire, and chaos is erupting on screen everywhere you look. Most developers would panic. The team at DMA Design looked at that chaos and thought, actually, this is more fun. That accident, that beautiful glitch in the system, became the philosophical foundation of Grand Theft Auto. The idea that freedom, chaos, and player agency were more exciting than structure and rules. The original Grand Theft Auto launched in 1997, and it was immediately controversial. You played as a criminal completing missions across 3 fictional cities, and the game rewarded you for running over pedestrians, stealing cars, and evading police. Politicians lost their minds. Parents groups campaigned against it. And the media coverage that was designed to destroy the game instead made millions of curious teenagers run to the store to buy it. That controversy was the first marketing campaign, and it worked perfectly. But here is where the real genius comes in. Rockstar Games, the publishing label that DMA Design eventually became part of, understood something that almost nobody else in the industry understood at that time. They understood that controversy plus quality plus freedom equals cultural phenomenon. They were not just making a controversial game for shock value. They were genuinely building something ambitious. Grand Theft Auto 2 came and went without dramatically changing the formula. But then in 2001, something happened that genuinely changed video games forever. Grand Theft Auto 3 launched on the PlayStation 2, and it shifted the entire medium. The jump to 3-dimensional open-world gameplay was not just a visual upgrade, it was a philosophical revolution. Suddenly, you were not controlling a character from above. You were inside the world. You could walk into a city that felt alive, steal any vehicle you could see, listen to radio stations with original music and comedy shows, and pursue missions entirely on your own terms. The sense of immersion was unlike anything gaming had ever produced. The industry took notice immediately. Every major studio started chasing the open-world format. GTA 3 did not just create a genre, it set the standards so high that most competitors spent years simply trying to catch up. And while they were catching up, Rockstar kept running. Vice City arrived in 2002 and added something GTA 3 did not quite have. It added soul. Set in a fictional version of 1980s Miami, dripping with neon and synthesizer music and the cultural energy of that era, Vice City felt like playing through a movie. The writing was sharper. The protagonist, Tommy Vercetti, was genuinely memorable. And the soundtrack was so perfect that people still listen to those radio stations today just for the music. Oh, this was the moment the franchise stopped being a game about crime and started being a game about storytelling and atmosphere. Then San Andreas came in 2004 and the ambitions simply exploded. 3 cities, a massive rural landscape connecting them, RPG elements that let you shape your character, gang warfare mechanics, a story about systemic racism, family loyalty, and the corrupting influence of power. This was not what people expected from a series about stealing cars. San Andreas was genuinely trying to say something about America, about community, about how systems trap people. It was not always subtle, but it was ambitious in ways that the gaming industry had never really seen before. After San Andreas, Rockstar disappeared for years. GTA 4 eventually arrived in 2008 with a completely different tone. Being gone was the colorful chaos of San Andreas. In its place was something grittier, more cinematic, more emotionally complex. Niko Bellic was a character dealing with genuine trauma, with the gap between the American dream and American reality. The game was slower, more deliberate, and some fans were initially frustrated by that. But in retrospect, GTA 4 was Rockstar proving that this franchise could mature alongside its audience. And then 2013 happened, and Grand Theft Auto 5 happened, and everything changed again. GTA 5 launched with 3 playable protagonists. The world was enormous, gorgeous, and stuffed with detail. The story was a heist thriller that felt genuinely cinematic. And then, almost as an afterthought, it launched Grand Theft Auto Online, a persistent multiplayer world that players could inhabit indefinitely, buying businesses, running heists, building criminal empires alongside millions of other people. GTA 5 became the second highest-selling video game of all time. It has sold over 200 million copies. It has generated billions and billions of dollars in revenue, and it accomplished something almost unprecedented in entertainment history. It has remained commercially relevant and culturally active for over a decade across multiple console generations. People are still playing GTA 5 right now as you watch this video. That is almost unthinkable for any form of entertainment. So why is this franchise so successful? What is the actual secret? There are a few answers working together simultaneously. First, the freedom. Grand Theft Auto games give you a living, breathing world and then essentially say, do whatever you want. Or that kind of player agency creates a feeling that no scripted experience can replicate. Every player has their own stories from these games, their own emergent moments that nobody scripted for them. Second, the cultural commentary. These games are satire. They are holding a funhouse mirror up to American society, to consumerism, to media, to politics, and letting you laugh at all of it while also participating in it. That layer of intelligence underneath the chaos is what separates GTA from every imitator. Third, the production value. Rockstar spends more time and more money on these games than almost any studio in history. The worlds they build feel genuinely real. The writing is sharp. The music is curated perfectly. The attention to detail is obsessive. And fourth, the controversy. Every generation of cultural gatekeepers that has tried to suppress or condemn Grand Theft Auto has only made it more appealing, more culturally significant, and more commercially successful. Now let us talk about where all of this is heading, because this is where things get truly extraordinary. Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming. The first trailer dropped in December 2023 and broke the YouTube record for the most viewed gaming trailer in history within hours. The anticipation for this game is operating on a scale that has never existed before in entertainment. Not for any movie, not for any album, not for any other video game. GTA 6 exists in a category entirely by itself. Think about what Rockstar is bringing to this game. They have over a decade of technical advancement since GTA 5. They have a studio that has generated so much revenue that they can spend virtually unlimited resources on development. They are building on the foundation of GTA Online, which proved that a living online world can generate revenue indefinitely if you keep feeding it content and giving players reasons to return. The audience that grew up with GTA 5 is now in their 20s and 30s, with disposable income and enormous nostalgia for this franchise. And an entirely new generation of younger players who have never experienced a mainline GTA release are hungry for exactly this kind of ambitious experience. GTA 6 is set in a fictional version of Miami and its surrounding environment. It features a female protagonist for the first time in the mainline series, which alone has generated an enormous amount of cultural conversation and attention. The expectations are stratospheric. When this game releases, it will not just be the biggest video game launch ever. It will be one of the biggest entertainment events in modern history. The numbers it will generate in its opening weekend will shatter records that people currently think are unbreakable. Grand Theft Auto changed what video games could be. It proved they could be satirical. It proved they could be cinematic. It proved they could generate more revenue than any film ever made. And it built an audience so loyal, so passionate, so deeply invested in this franchise. When GTA 6 finally arrives, the entire world is going to stop and pay attention. This is not just gaming history unfolding. This is entertainment history, and we are all here to watch it happen.